Good morning, America. Breaking overnight, new clues in the manhunt for the suspected killer of the United Healthcare CEO. This backpack recovered, believed to belong to the gunman. Possible new DNA evidence with the search expanding nationwide.
Jury deadlocked, the judge dismissing the top charge against Daniel Penny, accused of using a deadly chokehold on a New York City subway passenger, after jurors said they couldn't reach a decision. What happens next?
Polar plunge. Millions of Americans in the East waking up to sub-freezing temperatures, reaching as far south as Florida, while another clipper system takes aim at the Northeast that could bring another foot of lake effect snow. Samara's tracking it all.
Running down the clock on TikTok. A decision upheld that the Chinese company must sell the popular app or see it banned in the U.S. President-elect Trump take action to stop it.
Championship weekend, college football's critical conference games, deciding who moves on and who doesn't. ESPN's Desmond Howard previews the matchups and makes his predictions.
Santa, tell me if you're really there.
And Santa's That Sleigh. The new looks for Kris Kringle.
It was Santa Claus, and he's like weirdly hot.
So fashion forward and trading the belly for buff.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Santa's That Sleigh. I like that.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
Good morning, America. So good to see you. We've got a big morning ahead here and a farewell of sorts for Taylor Swift fans. The end of the Eras Tour this weekend. Everybody speculating on the set list and whether Swift has any surprise announcements in store. I'm going to guess that yes.
I would think so. Yeah. Vancouver a couple weeks ago was already excited for that. It's going to be on fire tonight. And we will go live to Paris, where they're about to reopen the world-famous Notre Dame Cathedral, which was nearly leveled by a fire 5 years ago. A gathering of world leaders are on hand, including President-elect Trump.
More on that ahead, but we do begin with new details in the manhunt for the suspect in the shooting death of the head of one of the nation's largest health insurers. ABC's Morgan Norwood is here with the latest. Morgan, good morning.
Good morning to you, Whit. Yes, police say the suspect behind that brazen ambush of CEO Brian Thompson earlier this week likely took a bus out of the city, but he left behind a critical piece of evidence, his backpack. And as investigators comb through it for clues, the FBI is joining what's now a nationwide search and offering a $50,000 reward. This morning, the frantic search for the killer behind the assassination-style murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson now turning into a nationwide manhunt. According to sources, investigators believe the suspect escaped New York City, last seen at 6:59 a.m. on Wednesday, riding a bike out of Central Park after the shooting. Police say the suspect hopped into a taxi, headed to a bus station, and made his getaway. Friday, NYPD officers combing Central Park, doing a grid search by drone and on foot, eventually leading them to the suspect's backpack. Now, detectives sifting through it for clues.
That image, that picture of him, and this could be blasted all over the country, and the phone calls are going to be coming in. Someone knows this guy from somewhere.
Police say they believe they now have a clearer timeline of the suspect's steps before the murder, telling ABC News they think the suspect arrived in New York City November 24th, 10 days before the shooting, on a Greyhound bus, boarding somewhere between Atlanta and Washington, D.C. Investigators using facial recognition technology on the only clear images of who they believe to be the suspect, captured during a flirtatious exchange with the hostel clerk who asked him to smile to check his ID, which sources say was fake. Authorities also turning to DNA, pulled from items left near the murder scene, including a cell phone and a smudged fingerprint from a water bottle they say the suspect bought at a Starbucks minutes before the shooting. This video showing the suspect tossing an item in the garbage.
He was methodical and disciplined. I will give this individual that. But everybody makes mistakes, and you got to find those mistakes.
As the search intensifies, police working to determine a motive. Police believe the gunman is a disgruntled ex-employee of United Healthcare or an angry client.
Today, value-based care is the centerpiece of our growth strategy.
Now, other corporations and insurance companies on high alert, reassessing security for their senior executives. And investigators are looking into the possibility that the gunman used what's known as a veterinary gun, typically used on farms and ranches. But now that the suspect may have skipped town, they're really leaning on the public for help. You know, those photos that we've shown are the clearest ones yet, and they are hoping someone out there can recognize him with.
And Morgan, other companies are now taking notice and taking action when it comes to security now.
Yeah, this has really shaken up corporate America. We have several companies, insurance companies alike, scrubbing bios of their top executives from their website. Just this morning, we're learning that Centene, it's another major insurer, announced that it's not going to do its in-person investors meeting here in New York City. Instead, they're going to move it virtually. All of this to protect their employees and executives. So again, we've got heightened alert, not just in corporate America, but among these insurance companies.
This ripple effect across the country. Morgan, thank you so much. Gio?
Yeah, just unbelievable details. Thanks to you both. Now to the weather. Cold and colder seem to be the words of the weekend. Somara Theodore is here with a frigid outlook. Good morning, Somara. It is cold.
Oh, it is. I think you forgot one more. Cold, colder, and coldest. It's coldest in St. Joseph, Michigan. Look at this. Now, it's a beautiful shot. It does make for absolutely gorgeous visuals, but it's better looked at from inside. Take a look at the wind chills. This is what it's actually going to feel like. That cold stretching from St. Joseph, Michigan, all the way down south. Cold weather advisories in the Carolinas and parts of Georgia. 27 degrees is what it will feel like in Columbia, 19 in Nashville. Check on your friends in Augusta, Maine. Feeling like the single digits, 4 degrees there. We're also monitoring this Clipper system. This morning, still seeing lake effect snow along the Great Lakes. This Clipper system drives through, only enhancing that situation, but also bringing snow to parts of New England and upstate New York by 4 a.m. Sunday morning. You can see where the worst of it is. And then by 3 p.m. tomorrow, that's starting to move out. That's a look at the forecast for now. Janae, back to you.
All right, lots of people also saying burr, Samara. Now to the judge in the subway chokehold trial, dismissing the most serious charge in the case as the jury says it's deadlocked. The latest now from ABC's Jacqueline Lee. Jacqueline, good morning to you.
Janae, good morning. Daniel Penny's attorney unsuccessfully tried to get the case moved to a mistrial. The jury deadlocked on the charge of manslaughter, but they will resume deliberations on a lesser charge come Monday. This morning, a New York City judge dismissing the top charge of manslaughter for Daniel Penny, a Marine veteran accused in that deadly chokehold on a New York City subway. The judge's ruling coming after jurors made up of 7 women and 5 men said they were deadlocked despite 4 days of deliberations, unable to come to a unanimous vote on second-degree manslaughter. 26-year-old Penny is now facing a lesser charge of negligent homicide in the death of Jordan Neely.
Defense attorneys and prosecutors are going to be negotiating that the case has drastically changed. It's no longer a high-level felony that Daniel Penny is facing, but in fact the lowest level felony that the state of New York has. We could come back on Monday with a plea deal.
Penny is charged in the May 2023 chokehold death of Neely, a homeless man Penny and witnesses say was acting erratically and making threats on the subway.
How did he end up in this state? Okay.
According to prosecutors, Penny grabbed Neely and did not let go for almost 6 minutes. The city medical examiner determining the chokehold killed Neely. At trial, the defense claiming Penny acted to save people who were frozen with fear when Neely came onto the subway filled with rage.
It's like, I'm ready to go to prison for life. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die.
While Penny did not testify, he has long defended his actions.
You can see in the video there's a clear rise and fall of his chest, indicating that he's breathing. I'm trying to restrain him from him being able to carry out the threats.
But the prosecution arguing Penny used way too much force for way too long, telling the jury he kept going until a man died. Again, the jury will resume deliberations on Monday, but instead of facing a maximum of 15 years behind bars for manslaughter, Penny is looking at a maximum of 4 years behind bars if convicted of criminally negligent homicide. Whit.
All right, Jacqueline Lee, thank you. The accused stowaway who allegedly snuck onto a JFK flight to Paris without a boarding pass is now free on bond this morning, but with some conditions. A federal judge released Svetlana Dali on a reconnaissance bond on Friday to live with a friend from church in Philadelphia. The 57-year-old will have to wear a GPS monitor. She will have to follow a curfew and is not allowed to leave Philadelphia except to attend court or meet with her lawyer in New York. Gio?
All right, Whit, now to the Mideast and new hopes for an American kidnapped in Syria 12 years ago. This as Islamic State rebels make new advances in the country now, some major new advances. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Israel now with the latest for us. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Gio. Those rebels have just blitzed through the countryside, and at this point it appears that the dictatorship of Bashar al-Assad is crumbling. Those rebels have made enormous gains in the east, in the south, and now Islamist rebels are right on the doorstep of the key city of Homs. And analysts tell us if they take Homs, the entire regime could collapse. Now, we've seen images of those rebels taking down statues of Bashar al-Assad's father, of droves of people fleeing the cities, of government troops just surrendering. And the two main sponsors of Syria, Russia and Iran, have reportedly been telling their personnel in Damascus to get out. And it's not just Russia that has a major base in Syria. The U.S. also has multiple bases there. About 900 troops have been fighting ISIS in the east of the country. And amidst all of this chaos, the family of Austin Tice, an American journalist kidnapped at a checkpoint in Damascus in 2012, now says they have a significant source who they claim has been vetted by the U.S. government, who tells them that Austin is alive and he's being well treated. The family met with officials at the White House yesterday. Multiple administrations have been demanding Austin's release, but nothing has happened so far. The family saying that U.S. government sources are telling them not to say more about this source. And while the family has been so hopeful, probably more hopeful than at any point over the past decade, U.S. sources are telling us at this point they have no intelligence about Tice or his whereabouts. Janae?
Unimaginable being held away from home for a dozen years. Matt, thank you for your reporting. To politics in this country now in the Trump transition as the president-elect takes the world stage again. Donald Trump is in France this weekend. ABC's Mary Alice Parks has more on that and his troubled pick for defense secretary. Good morning to you, Mary Alice.
Yeah, Janae, good morning. We know President-elect Trump landed in Paris just a few hours ago. There's still over a month before he takes office, but he's been moving quickly, already taking several meetings with foreign leaders, and now this first foreign trip. Of course, he's promised to shake up U.S. foreign policy, making those threats about tariffs and raising real questions about how much the U.S. will continue to back Ukraine.
This morning, President-elect Donald Trump on his first foreign trip since his election win in Paris, France, alongside dozens of other heads of state to celebrate the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral. The grand and high-profile event fitting for Trump and his style as he makes his extraordinary return to the world stage. Trump has promised to dramatically shake up U.S. foreign policy, specifically trade policy.
To me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary is tariff.
He campaigned on sweeping tariffs on goods coming from abroad, spooking allies, and leading economists to warn of potential price hikes for consumers. But this week, Trump boasting of how leaders in Canada and Mexico were already responding to his threats.
I spoke with Canada, and Justin came flying right in because we talked about 25% tariffs. That's just a beginner.
With France, Trump and French President Emmanuel Macron have had a close but complicated relationship. Macron, one of the first foreign leaders to congratulate Trump on his election win. Trump honored him with his first state dinner during his first term and visited France several times. But this trip comes as Macron and other European leaders worry Trump might reverse U.S. support of NATO, as well as Ukraine and its fight against Russian aggression. The Biden White House rushing to get as much aid to Ukraine as possible right now. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre underscoring that funds to Ukraine were passed with bipartisan support.
You can't take Russia off the hook here, right? They are the aggressors here. They are the ones that went into a sovereign territory.
Now, Trump nominated his son-in-law, Jared Kushner's father, Charles Kushner, to be the U.S. ambassador to France. It's a very coveted post. Trump actually pardoned Kushner back in 2020. He'd been convicted and served time in prison for tax evasion and witness tampering.
I will take it from here, Mary Alice. And a quick question for you. Overnight, President-elect Trump also continuing to back his embattled defense secretary nominee, and Pete Hegseth is not backing down.
Yeah, I mean, Trump conceded that he has not gotten reassurances from senators that Hegseth will definitely be confirmed. They know this is still going to be a challenge. But Trump said that Hegseth has a tremendous track record. He called him a good student. He pushed back on some of those allegations against him and said that, at least for now, he would keep trying to get Hegseth confirmed. Janae?
All right, Mary Alice, thank you so much.
Janae, now to Paris and the grand reopening of Notre Dame, the iconic landmark rebuilt 5 years after that devastating fire that nearly took down the entire cathedral known around the world. ABC's James Longman joins us from Paris with more. James, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is the day the world has been waiting for, the reopening of Notre Dame. Millions of people across this country and around the world, of course, now all remember the fire in 2019 when the spire crashed through the building. Well, take a look. The new spire is back and standing tall. Now, there's huge security on the streets here. Take a look. I mean, police everywhere. All these streets have been closed, and that's because they're expecting 35 heads of state for the reopening, delegations from around the world. President-elect Trump will be here, First Lady Jill Biden, her daughter Ashley, Prince William will be representing King Charles, and we know that Trump will be meeting with President Macron of France, and after that with Prince William, so a flurry of diplomacy as well. Now, after the opening ceremony, there will be a concert right outside the cathedral. Famous cellist Yo-Yo Ma will be among the musicians playing, and then tomorrow the first Mass Notre Dame will welcome worshippers once again. The work inside has been absolutely extraordinary. Carpenters, metal workers, stone workers, 2,000 people working over 5 years to get it done, and they've even refurbished parts of the church that were not affected by the fire, so it's even better than it was before. If you want to visit, got to go online, get booking. They're expecting 40,000 visitors a day. Gio?
So good to see that cathedral rebuilt. All right, James, thank you so much for that update. And back home now, and the Agriculture Department's decision to test the nation's milk supply for bird flu. Let's get the latest now from ABC's Perry Russum in Washington. Perry, good morning to you. This is serious.
Yeah, Gio, good morning to you. This is going to happen all across the country. And with this new order, raw milk will be collected and given to the USDA so they can test it for bird flu. The agency says it wants samples from dairy farms, those who transport milk, and processing facilities. The reasoning behind this is so they can test and stop and control any viruses from spreading among dairy cows. It comes after bird flu was found in raw milk on a farm in California. The farm issued a recall days ago and was placed under quarantine by state health officials. Yes, some people drink raw milk. There has been a spike in sales recently, even as the FDA has issued warnings about drinking milk that is not pasteurized. That process kills off viruses and bacteria. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is President-elect Trump's pick to run the Department of Health and Human Services. He says he is a drinker of raw milk. He's accused the FDA of having a war on public health, including what he calls the suppression of raw milk, saying it advances human health. Janae?
All right, Perry, thank you for that. Now to that warning from the FBI to iPhone and Android phone users. This is about the security of your communications. ABC's Alexis Christophorus is here to explain. Alexis, there's a lot of debate between iPhone and Android users, but this is actually serious.
This is big time serious. You're right. Look, texting is a way of life, right? It's sort of second nature for us. Well, now the FBI is warning that if you are texting between an iPhone and an Android, the Chinese government may be able to see your messages. U.S. officials say the Chinese have hacked their way into the SMS system that sends those green bubbled text messages between users of different phone systems. So to keep your text messages safe, cybersecurity experts are recommending using encrypted programs like WhatsApp, Signal, or Telegraph. There are lots of them out there. They also recommend using a cell phone that automatically receives those operating system updates. And be careful not to text sensitive personal information like social security numbers, credit card info, or your passwords. Of course, a foolproof way to protect your text is just to pick up the phone and call, right? We just don't do that anymore. This FBI warning comes after the White House said a global cybersecurity attack occurred this summer in which they say Chinese hackers breached at least 8 telecom companies, including AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, in order to spy on top U.S. political figures. U.S. officials say they are still trying to help those telecom providers get the hackers off their networks. They don't have a timeline for when that will happen. Guys?
So the hackers are still on the networks.
That's wild.
Wow.
See, those green bubbles, always trouble.
They're tracking the messages
Green
between me and my
bubbles.
mom now because
Always
she's
trouble.
got the Android, I've got
Really?
the iPhone, yeah.
Oh, Mama Sharon.
It's not that compelling.
Our thanks to Alexis for that.
All right, let's get to the WNBA, shall
we?
The newest team has officially completed their expansion draft, locking in their inaugural roster with standout selections like Kate Martin from the Aces and Temi Fagbenle from the Fever. The Golden State Valkyries are ready to make waves in the WNBA. Now the team can trade, sign free agents, and prep for the 2025 WNBA draft with the number 5 overall pick. But the roster isn't set yet. Expect plenty of moves as they gear up for their exciting debut season. And the WNBA just been on fire.
On fire.
Yes.
On fire.
Incredible.
So, but you never text your mom thinking it's your wife.
No, she texts me. I text her. She thinks
I need a
it's my
flow
wife.
chart. I'm so
right. I'm just making sure. I just want to get my facts straight
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
start sharing this story with others.
Meanwhile, the hackers are like, wait a minute, we give up.
Still coming up here on GMA. Championship weekend in college football. Our favorite ESPN's Desmond Howard joins us to preview the big game day matchups, including the Georgia-Texas grudge match.
And a key ruling in the future of TikTok in the U.S., what it means and what the social network's next move may be as it fights a potential ban here.
And checking out the evolution of Santa, the jolly old St. Nick is definitely not what he used to be. He's got abs now. This is what we do on GMA on a Saturday morning. We'll be right back. Come on back.
A lot of protein. Don't sing it, Janae. Don't sing it. We love your singing, but I mean, it's Mariah Carey for crying out loud. Welcome back to GMA on this Saturday morning. The Queen of Christmas. She's celebrating a merry milestone. Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas album, which features her record-breaking classic, All I Want for Christmas Is You. That one right there. It just turned 30 years old on Friday.
Stop.
So she
30?
Yes. She marked the occasion with the release of the Merry Christmas Deluxe Digital Edition. And guys, I did a little research on this.
Did you?
It includes a 24-page photo booklet of Mariah's favorite Christmas photos and a Mariah Carey Christmas card.
Really?
Ooh,
Why
all right, we need that Christmas card.
You're going to order
I
it?
was thinking gift ideas.
All right.
All right.
We love Janae's singing, but do we? Do we?
It's great harmony with Mariah Carey.
Let's take a look at the other big stories that we're following here on this Saturday morning, happening right now. The FBI now joining the nationwide manhunt for the suspect behind the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Overnight, New York City police finding this backpack they say belongs to the suspect, and the FBI offering a $50,000 reward.
Also right now, South Korea's President Yoon Suk apologizing for declaring martial law earlier this week. The move has thrown the country into political chaos and led to calls for his impeachment. In a televised address, Yoon said his actions stemmed from the urgency he felt as president, but caused anxiety and inconvenience to the public. But he said he has not said he would resign.
Chrysler is recalling more than 300,000 Ram pickups because the braking system could fail. The recall affects 2017 and 2018 Ram models. Owners should return to the dealer for a fix that's free of charge. Fiat Chrysler says it is not aware of any accidents or injuries related to the issue.
And Princess Kate stepping out in public for the second time this week. The princess, alongside her entire family, including her children George, Charlotte, and Louis, hosted her annual Christmas Carol concert, an event very, very special to her. Now, the royals posting the festivities on Instagram, the princess opening up to a guest, discussing her cancer diagnosis. Kate said that this time last year, she didn't know what 2024 would be like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is great to see her doing well and out and about again. And we start this half hour with the busy day in college football and ESPN's College Game Day, coming to you from ATL, site of the SEC Championship. Joining us from there is ESPN football analyst Desmond Howard. Des, it is good to see you. We love that you ran into our boss this week, too. So we heard you'll be here eventually, right? Right? You're going to visit us, Des?
Yeah.
Right.
Looking forward to coming into the studio. That's right.
All
yeah,
right.
we're gonna
Well,
have a
now
great
I got you to
time.
say it on
Make
TV,
that
so
official.
it is gonna happen. So the SEC Championship features Georgia against Texas. Georgia actually beat Texas in Austin earlier this season. What do you think Texas needs to do differently if they're going to win this time around?
Yeah, Georgia didn't just beat Texas. I mean, it was like they caught Texas in their backyard trying to steal their bikes, and they beat them down. It wasn't even competitive, and it was in Austin. And here we are now. We're in Atlanta, which is a de facto home game for the Bulldogs. The Longhorns' offensive line, they're going to have to come to play. That was the storyline the last time these two teams met. They were dominated. You're looking at the quarterbacks. They were sacked 7 times, whether it was Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning, it didn't matter. They were under pressure the whole game. So the matchup in this game, if Texas is going to win, Sarkisian's going to have to make sure his offensive line are up for the task and that they're able to protect Quinn Ewers.
Man, not the Debo stealing bikes reference
right?
we got there. Wow. So let's move on, though. Talk the Big 12 now. Iowa State versus Arizona State. Give us a scouting report for each team.
So the scouting report going into this game is that Iowa State's defense, they're really good pass defense-wise, right? You can't throw the ball on them. They can get pressure on an offense by just bringing 4 and playing coverage on the back end. Why this is important is because Arizona State, they come into this game without their leading receiver, Jordan Tyson. Since week 6, he was the most productive receiver in all of the FBS. He's going to be missing. So the matchup is how Sam Levitt and the Sun Devils offense going to move the ball through the air without Jordan Tyson at receiver today. Keep an eye on that.
All right, Des, so tonight it's Clemson against SMU in the ACC Championship. Clemson has to win to make the playoff, but it's a little trickier for SMU. So do you think the Mustangs can still make the playoff if they lose a close game to Clemson tonight?
That's the million-dollar question everyone has been asking all week long, especially since the CFP selection came out on Tuesday night. Can SMU get in there with the loss? They will have 2 losses, and you're starting to judge them against teams in the SEC, like an Alabama or an Ole Miss or maybe even in South Carolina with 3 losses. I think that they should be able to get in. I think there's an argument for both sides, but if they lose against Clemson, obviously Clemson would be the ACC champs, and they would say, well, our resume includes a loss against a champion in the Clemson Tigers. So I do think there are arguments on both sides. Personally, guys, from what I've seen from SMU, they have been one of the most consistent teams week in and week out. We've said it repeatedly on College Game Day. I think that there's a strong argument that even if they lose in the ACC championship game, that the Mustangs can get in.
Well, I'm glad to hear that was the million-dollar question. I am the expert on this stuff. So
well done,
thank you, Desmond, for confirming that. Appreciate you, my friend. Hey, tune into College Game Day at 9 on ESPN. Then ABC is the place to be. The Big 12 championship at noon, the SEC championship at 4, and the ACC championship at 8.
And we got Des with the on-the-record commitment, too.
Absolutely. And a big thanks to our writers for giving Gio that question.
We look at what's next for TikTok. It's a popular app, of course, but it could be banned in the U.S. next month following an appeals court move. ABC's Zoreen Shah has more on the legal battle. Zoreen, good morning. Millions of people are looking at this now.
Millions, Gio. And TikTok is slamming the decision. They're saying it was pushed on inaccurate, flawed, and hypothetical information, resulting in an outright censorship of the American people. And now they're indicating they will fight the court's decision. Let's go! This morning, another major sign that the countdown clock might be ticking for TikTok.
TikTok is getting banned.
A 3-judge appellate panel upholding a lower court's decision stating the wildly popular Chinese-owned app could be banned in the U.S. if its parent company ByteDance does not sell the app after fears that China could steal personal information from its 170 million American users, fears that TikTok has long described as speculative and overblown.
For a lot of us, this is going to be a huge income loss.
Now some users are panicking that ByteDance will not meet the January 19th deadline set by the court.
There are a lot of us who make a living off of this app and are very blessed to be where we are, but also have worked pretty hard to get to this point.
With only 43 days to go, ByteDance indicating it will appeal to the Supreme Court. Writing in a statement, the Supreme Court has an established historical record of protecting Americans' right to free speech, and we expect they will do just that on this important constitutional issue.
The Supreme Court may take it, they may not.
If the court takes up the case, they could postpone the ban until the justices make a decision.
It makes me so sad thinking that it might just all go away.
ByteDance could also try to find a buyer for its U.S. operations.
And I don't know if they're going to sell. I don't think they're going to sell. I think they're going to try to fight this, but it looks like it's a fight that they might not win.
If a court decision or sale is not made, then on January 20th, users will not be able to update the app. So over time, the app will likely get glitchy and won't be available for download again.
We have a change in administration coming up. And this just happens to, the law is supposed to go into effect the day before that happens. The big question is, what is Donald Trump going to do?
And that's the big question. Trump was for the ban. He's indicated more recently that he supports TikTok. There's a few things he could do, though. He could push the ban 90 days if there's significant progress towards a sale, but that doesn't seem to be the case right now. He could also take executive action and override the ban.
But the Santa that's not your father's, Kris Kringle here, he's turned from jolly to buff and ripped and shredded, and ABC's Will Ganss is all of those things.
I love all of those words, Whit. Yeah.
And a whole lot more.
That's exactly right. Now listen, according to tradition, Santa had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. But these days, he's swapping milk and cookies for muscle-ups and crunches. And some fans are totally cool with that. From Miracle on 34th Street to Tim Allen's Santa Claus.
I'm in big trouble.
Kris Kringle has always stuck to that bowl full of jelly aesthetic. But hold up now.
It was Santa Claus, and he's like weirdly hot.
Target's new holiday ad campaign has all the jingle ladies feeling some type of way about Santa's new look, including Amy Adams.
So if you don't know Target Santa, yeah, go look it up.
Hashtag Target Santa has been viewed nearly 60 million times on TikTok since the campaign launched on November 17th, with comments reading, "Just like that, I'm back on the naughty list again."
Forgive me for asking, but is sexy Santa a thing?
At Higher Santa, we're very traditional, but there has been an evolution of Santa Claus over the last number of years. Now, sort of a thinner, fitter Santa is definitely in vogue. You know, people have always used Santa to help promote their products, all the way back to Coca-Cola. And this version is also just now speaking to a newer demographic.
It's a trend towards a more sizzling Santa, from fashion Santa to kinda hot Santa. And Santa's not the only one. Frosty got a facelift too in Netflix's Hot Frosty. But that wasn't enough to retain every viewer.
We started watching the movie. I'm telling you, my wife's like, oh, everybody's watching it. I fell asleep.
You can't win them all. But this is the year of the steamy St. Nick flick. On the big screen, we've got J.K. Simmons playing an absolutely shredded Santa Claus in Red 1. On the small screen, Chad Michael Murray plays a reluctant yet ripped male dancer in The Merry Gentleman. What? And we all know how Whit feels about Hot Frosty.
You know, I'm sure maybe it was a fine movie. I was just very tired. And it was like
it's
really
sleep debt. That's
hot,
what you're blaming.
That's what it is. Hot Frosty. My wife made me watch it.
I'm not sure that you're the target demo for Hot Frosty anyway, but it was nice of you to watch with your wife. Yeah.
My goodness. But you were?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. It was journalistic research,
right,
Janae.
right. Naturally. I knew that was why you loved it. Now, with our play of the day, and it's a Swift one. Taylor Swift, of course. The superstar winding down her Eras Tour this weekend in Vancouver, playing the first of 3 sold-out shows overnight. She called it the greatest last Friday night she could imagine after playing 149 shows across the world.
You know, this last city is bound to be filled with so many different emotions. Just for me, for my band, for my crew, my fellow performers on stage, the dancers, and for anyone who's been with us and cared about this tour.
A lot of people have. It's the first tour to pull in more than $1 billion in revenue. Will Ganss will have much more in our second hour as we count down to her final show tonight. And we're sending thoughts and prayers to George Stephanopoulos.
Yes,
he's having a hard time.
Sorry, he's been 2. He's not going to have any more. Coming up on GMA in our second hour, actress and producer Zoe Deutsch joins us in studio to talk Our Town and Juror Number 2.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. New clues in the manhunt for the suspected killer of the United Healthcare CEO. This backpack recovered, believed to belong to the gunman. Possible new DNA evidence with the search expanding nationwide. And now the reward for his capture.
One teen's Christmas wish.
Our vision is really just to include everyone.
Turned into a business venture that's keeping him busy.
It's taught me a lot of skills that will be useful later in life.
And spreading smiles all season long. Plus, the best way to encourage the young entrepreneur in your life.
It's almost touchdown time.
And into the end zone.
The Georgia Bulldogs are about to take on the Texas Longhorns for the SEC Championship.
Down, Gunner, Helm again.
And one family of Georgia superfans is about to have a weekend of a lifetime. You don't want to miss this.
From the stage
I've got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
to the screen,
Are you close to a verdict?
Zoe Deutsch is making her mark and talking about it all this morning right here on GMA.
The end of the eras. It's the final weekend of Taylor Swift's record-setting tour after nearly 2 years. What we can expect when she takes the stage and what the superstar may have up her sleeve as fans tune in from all around the world. We're breaking it down as we say, Good morning, America.
It's Saturday morning. This is GMA.
Good morning, America. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend to you.
Yes.
Loving Her is red, and that's why so many people are having the blues about the end of this era. You catching all that coming out? You're in for a treat as we give our resident Swiftie, Will Ganss, the floor to discuss the blank space Taylor is leaving.
We needed a scoreboard for all the Taylor Swift songs.
That was good.
Much more on that ahead. Plus, the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France reopens today, 5.5 years after that devastating fire destroyed its roof and caused major damage throughout.
Incredible to see. But first, we are going to begin here with the manhunt for the suspected killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Overnight, the FBI offering a new reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible. Morgan Norwood joins us with the latest. Good morning, Morgan. The details are just unbelievable here.
Hey, good morning to you, Gio. Yes, police say the suspect behind that brazen ambush is CEO Brian Thompson. Earlier this week, likely took a bus out of the city. But look, he left behind a critical piece of evidence, and that is his backpack. As investigators comb through it this morning for clues, the FBI is joining what is now considered a nationwide search, and they're offering a $50,000 reward for tips that help get him into custody. Now, Friday, NYPD officers finding his backpack after hours of combing through Central Park, bringing out drones, dogs, police officers. They also now say that they have a clearer timeline of the suspect's steps before the murder. They tell ABC News that they believe the suspect got here in New York City on November 24th. That's 10 days before the shooting on a Greyhound bus, boarding somewhere between Atlanta, Washington, D.C. But investigators are using facial recognition technology on the only clear images of the suspect that they believe that they have. You see it there. Authorities also turning to DNA pulled from items left near the murder scene, and it includes a cell phone, also a smudged fingerprint from a water bottle. But as this search continues, investigators are really working to determine a motive. So far, they think the gunman is a disgruntled ex-employee of United Healthcare or an angry client, but certainly other corporations, insurance companies are on high alert and reassessing security for their senior executives. Back to you.
All right, Morgan, thank you for that. And we do know that investigators are looking into the possibility that he used what's known as a veterinary gun. So there are just fascinating details coming out from that story. We are turning now to a huge day in Paris, the grand reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral, the iconic landmark rebuilt 5 years after the fire that nearly took down the cathedral, known around the world. And ABC's James Longman is there for us from Paris. Good morning, James.
Yeah, hi, Janae. A big day for France, and that's why there's so much security around. And take a look. I mean, there's gendarmes here, police everywhere on the streets, all of these streets blocked off because so many delegates from around the world are expected. 35 heads of state. Of course, President-elect Donald Trump is here in France. First Lady Jill Biden will be here for the reopening with her daughter Ashley. Prince William is going to be here representing King Charles. And we know that President-elect Trump will be meeting with President Macron of France for a social visit, and then after that, he will meet with Prince William. So there is a level of diplomacy going on the sidelines here, but the main event, of course, is the reopening of Notre Dame. After the ceremony, there'll be a concert. Yo-Yo Ma, very famous cellist, she'll be among the musicians playing, and then tomorrow, finally, Notre Dame will reopen to worshippers, and the work inside is absolutely extraordinary. 5 years, more than 5 years of conservation work, carpentry, stonemasons, metal workers. It is absolutely phenomenal what they have done, and they're expecting big crowds when finally it's open to the public. 40,000 visitors a day.
Wow, so many people eager to see that cathedral. James, thank you so much. We turn now to a new law banning TikTok in the U.S. if it's not sold to an American company is now one step closer to reality. A federal appeals court upholding the law designed to force the Chinese-owned company to sell TikTok to an American company or be blocked in the U.S. The ban is set to take effect on January 19th. The U.S. says it's concerned China could steal personal information from the 170 million American users. TikTok is now expected to take this fight all the way to the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
Gio?
so many people are watching that. All right, let's turn to college football now. Conference titles on the line this weekend, and ESPN's Jess Sims is in Atlanta with a look at the action ahead. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning, Gio. So I'm here live in Atlanta at the SEC Fan Fair. Now, it's kind of like the calm before the storm. The doors just opened at 8 o'clock, but the energy is already palpable here because one thing's for sure, all eyes are on the rematch between number 5 Georgia and number 2 Texas. Now, earlier this season in Week 8 in Austin, Georgia gave Texas their first and only loss this season. So, of course, the Longhorns are going to be seeking revenge. The last time they lost to the same team twice in one season, though, was back in 1909 against Texas A&M, so it's a big rarity. The game will be played right across the street at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is really a home away from home for Georgia. But don't you worry. According to Vivid Seats, there's going to be a nice and healthy 60-40 split, so you'll see plenty of orange in that sea of red. Now, the game, College Game Day is going to be kicking off everything at 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPN before a huge slate of games on ABC. At 12 noon, we got the Big 12 Championship. At 4 p.m., we have the SEC Championship, and we finish everything off with the ACC Championship at 8 p.m., all Eastern time, all on ABC. Guys?
All right, Jess, as you said, calm before the storm, although we did hear one very enthusiastic lone fan out there. There they go.
Look, they're already here.
Oh,
yes. They're live. You guys look at
There we go. That's the morning energy we love. Thank you, Jess. We'll talk soon. Coming up at our GMA morning menu, what you can do right now if you're having some trouble sleeping and the hormone that may be getting in the way of a good night's rest.
Also ahead, star of stage and screen Zoe Deutsch is here.
And Tori Johnson is here. You know she's got the gifts galore for everyone on your list.
As I'm here breaking down the fan theories of the present Taylor Swift could give us on the last night of her Eras Tour. We will be right back.
Back now with our GMA cover story. Taylor Swift wrapping up her Eras Tour this weekend, bringing the history-making show to a close after nearly 2 years. But fans, they're tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
Whether or not they can actually get tickets to the show, Will Ganss is all over it. He's breaking out the cork board to tell us what we can expect. They still make those things? What Swifties are hoping to see? A digital cork board, Will, right?
That's exactly right, you guys. I don't know what my personality is going to be after the Eras Tour ends, but we'll figure it out. All right, this is the last time we get to dust off our trusty unhinged Taylor Swift corkboard. And yeah, it hits different this time, but don't worry. I can do it with a broken heart. Our fan theories and predictions for this final weekend get progressively more unhinged as we go. So allow me to speak now.
Okay, so let's start, Will, with the most likely situation. Will the set list change for these final shows?
Okay, yes, Janae, I think it will. There's a song called Long Live that fans love, but Taylor only plays it with a special guitar that has these koi fish on it. Now, when Taylor's not using that guitar, it's on display in the Country Music Hall of Fame. I called them, and the guitar is suspiciously not on display this weekend, so we can expect this guitar and Long Live to be added to the set list at tomorrow's final show.
Okay, Will, all right, let's talk potential surprise announcements because she always has a surprise. What do fans think could be in store? What do you think?
Yeah, we'll take a look at this fan video from Miami. That's Taylor Swift leaving after the concert. And what's behind her? A boom mic and a camera crew. So a film crew was also on stage with Taylor at her show in Vancouver last night. So fans think we may be getting a behind-the-scenes documentary or perhaps an extended version of last year's Eras Tour film that includes the Tortured Poets Department section of the show.
I like how Will analyze the video. Yeah. There's a boom mic. Okay, I don't even know what this means, Will, so you're going to have to explain this. Time for full tilt clowning,
yes,
as the Swifties call it. I sound like a full dad right there. What is this about?
Full tilt clowning is really a Swiftie lifestyle these days. It's when we really get into these theories, okay? So a recent screenshot right here of Taylor Swift Instagram page reveals these 4 yellow-themed posts that we are calling the Yellow Brick Road, which could be a motif that Taylor initially teased in last summer's music video for Karma. Take a look at this.
And I keep my side of the street clean.
Okay, well, obviously that's Taylor dressed as Dorothy on the Yellow Brick Road. So in The Wizard of Oz, the Yellow Brick Road leads to the Emerald City, of course. But what will Taylor's Yellow Brick Road lead to? Perhaps a debut Taylor's version announced. We see the emerald tones here. Or perhaps it'll be a Reputation Taylor's version announced. Emerald jacket, emerald microphone, emerald guitar when she was on the Rep tour. Now, there are these different outfit combinations that Taylor has worn on stage, and one of the two that she has yet to wear is the green skirt, green top combo. That's what you see here. A TikTok user named Joy99 has been tracking these things. So maybe the Emerald City, the Emerald outfit reveal could be a brand new Emerald-themed album. Taylor's birthday is coming up this Friday, so the Emerald album could be a gift that she's giving to her fans to celebrate.
Sherlock Gans is on the case.
And by the way, timed with Wicked.
I know, lots of, Emerald City, Yellow Brick Road.
Ooh, am I part of the clowning?
Oh my God, you are full-time clowning.
Welcome, Gio.
Thank you, Will. That was great. Appreciate you. All right, turning now to our series, The Science of You. This morning, we are breaking down what could be getting in the way of getting a good night's sleep. Yeah, you do need this. And the changes you can make right now to get the rest you need. Becky Worley has all the details now.
3:27 a.m. I should be asleep, but instead...
When is my dentist appointment? Why did I say that to Linda?
I can't get back to sleep. And sleep psychologist Janet Kennedy says it's a common complaint, leaving people
frustrated, angry, anxious, ruminating, worried, desperate, hot.
Monkey brain?
For sure. Racing thoughts, all of those things.
One cause could be cortisol. You see, the body secretes the hormone melatonin at night to help us fall asleep, and then it increases levels of the hormone cortisol in the morning to help us wake up as a part of our normal circadian rhythm. But if cortisol levels are out of whack, it could disrupt sleep and even keep us from falling back asleep.
The waking up itself is not the problem. You wake up whether you're aware of it or not. But the problem comes in when you're unable to go back to sleep in a reasonable amount of time.
For women, changes in estrogen and progesterone, say around perimenopause, may upset cortisol patterns or otherwise impact sleep. Talking to your doctor about hormone replacement therapy could be a starting point. Other tips that Kennedy gives her clients?
The first thing you do if you're up in the middle of the night is you sit up. So our thoughts are scarier. They're harder to manage when we're lying down. When we sit up, we get our defenses back. We get our rational thought back.
She suggests a cold pack for your forehead if you can't make monkey brain stop.
It slows down the thoughts that are pinging around in there. And it also has the bonus of helping to lower your core body temperature, which signals that it's time to sleep.
And she says let go of the anxiety that many of us have about our sleep.
Forget about perfection. Forget about those banner 5-star nights. We're talking about good enough being the goal here. The more you chase sleep, the faster it runs away.
For Good Morning America, Becky Worley, Oakland, California.
Wow.
Yeah, great tips.
Really good. The ice pack and the sitting up. I wouldn't have never thought that.
And the hormone changes, ladies, that impacts us so much.
It really does.
It's our favorite time of the morning, deals and steals. And with Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah just around the corner this morning, it is gifts galore, starting with our favorite gift, Tori Johnson, of course.
Yeah. I'm glad you're back. I need a little of that.
Yes,
okay.
Let's start with these.
Vitruvi. These are really
beautiful.
Really beautiful. Essential oil diffusers. So they look like decor. They add just a really sleek ambiance to any home, but then they also add this really delightful scent.
And this one smells delicious.
It's so nice. So grapefruit orange. It's got a kind of a little citrusy combination going there, but we've got a really beautiful mix of all of their essential oils. And what's great about these is all natural. So there's no synthetic fragrances that they use. And we've got 2 different models of them. The Move is called the cordless one. 8-hour runtime with an automatic shutoff. So you can set it and forget it.
Yeah.
All 50% off today from Vitruvi. Really nice.
Get your gifts.
Really nice.
Okay. I like how this all looks.
This is Tea-Espressa, and you get the caffeine of espresso know, but the health benefits of tea. So they've got
Give me all of
tea
it.
that allows you to brew it just like you would coffee. So you could use it in your coffee maker, you could use it in a French press, and they've got all these beautiful holiday sets. And then they have what I love that they're really known for are all of their Lux sugar cubes. So these cubes can go into so many different types of beverages. You can make cocktails, mocktails, the little tea latte ones. It's just a really beautiful gift. Their packaging is gorgeous, but then it's something that they're going to get to use.
Yeah.
Or you should have them at home. So if you've got guests coming over, you're ready to serve, all 50% off, starting at $20.
I love this mix of the caffeine like espresso, health benefits of tea.
Keeping with the Taylor Swift.
So
Keeping
cute.
with the Taylor Swift. Okay, these are the viral glitter freckle patches. Taylor wore them to a Chiefs game, and I confirmed that with my Will Ganss.
Yeah?
In fact, he confirmed it for me, and they instantly went viral, obviously, once she wore them. And it's just like the easiest thing. You get 6 of these in a pack, and it's just, you put it on just like right across your face like this, but then you get to look so adorable with them.
Even
They're
the
so
faux freckles.
Yeah, and there's faux freckles. There's also like even the little strawberry ones that went viral. These are a limited edition. These are really, really fun. If you've got a Swiftie on your list, you've got to get these. They're 50% off. You get a pack of, you get 6 or 8 of them, depending on what you choose. They're $8. It's really, really
Stock
fun.
up.
And it's like fun for all ages. The moms are wearing them. The kids
I'm going to have some freckles in a few days. So
Please do. Please do. Okay. This is Beauty by Earth. As I walked in here, Gio came running and said that. Yes.
Wait, your lip gloss.
Don't tell him. Just we got to put that in his
You're right.
stocking, and you're going to look like you just knew his perfect gift. So they've got a variety of products that are fabulous. Whit clearly likes the lip balm.
It's good.
Yeah, their shower steamers are really great. All of their products, though, most importantly, plant-based, really good ingredients. There's no harmful toxins, sulfates, parabens. They're really known for a lot of their self-tanning products that work and are fabulous. We also have a really great set, their skincare bundle. That's got that one you put in the freezer, and then it's the ice roller. So you use it on your face for depuffing, sculpting. This is a fun one to dive into. All up to 61% off, starts at $13.
Cha-ching. Okay, arm candy here.
Yeah. So this is Armatron, family-run American heritage brand about to celebrate 50 years in business. Big variety, as you see, of watches. So there really is something for every style, from metal bands to mesh bands. Fun. I like the little heart one there, because why not?
Yeah.
Fun, fabulous. It's the gift of time. They last forever. 50% off, starting at $15.
The gift of time.
The gift of time. That's what we were just talking about. And then finally, our favorite Floopy. These are super comfy, brand new styles.
I took my pair on vacation.
You
I
did?
got a pair last winter when you brought them.
The vacation where you were teasing us that you were in the warm weather and we were in the cold weather.
And my feet were warm in the slippers.
You can all have comfy feet no matter where you are with Floopy, $20 with our discount.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Tori. And we partnered with these companies on all of these deals. You can get them at our website, where you will find also bonus deals now with Win the Weekend. And we're trying to figure out whether it's just witches that wear striped socks. But with Wicked breaking records at the box office, Elphabas are winning the weekend on Shelfabas across the country.
Oh, that's cute.
Right?
Yeah.
So 'tis the season of Elf on a Shelf. You know, this is the scout elf, of course, that goes around Santa's eyes and ears on the ground. Right? Well, so beyond that, this year it's all about Elphaba on a Shelfaba with the Wicked Witch of the West herself watching over homes.
Oh my God.
I like that.
I need one of these. People are sharing their Elphabas on social media, with the witch sometimes even defying gravity on her broomstick. You saw her there hanging, deciding if you'll make the wicked or the good list. Oh, it's cute.
You got to do the cry. What's the battle cry?
Okay.
Needs a little work.
Yeah.
But we do like Elf.
I don't know why. Don't know.
And we are back now on GMA with the music video for Shawn Mendes' single Why, and it's not hard to see why. According to my Spotify Wrap, that was the song I listened to most in 2024. Sean was also my
That's a
top
good song.
artist. It is a good song, right? Really catchy. What was your number one?
So mine is a little bit skewed here. This ain't Texas, but mine was Texas Hold'em.
Yeah?
It was.
I mean, I like that song, but my daughters were also obsessed with it, and we share the Spotify. Yeah. That would also explain why Taylor Swift was number 2 as well on mine. But pretty cool. It was a good jam.
That's great. I feel lame now. I don't have one. Wait, you use Spotify?
What?
You use Spotify?
I use Spotify.
Apple
You do?
too.
I thought you didn't.
No, I use Spotify.
I wonder why. Okay, anyway, sorry. I'm
What
sorry.
is
This
this
doesn't
conversation?
matter. I was like, what? Okay, anyway.
I'll
in
show
just
you
a
how to find
moment,
yours.
Thank you.
Okay.
Zoe Deutch talks making her Broadway debut in our town alongside Jim Parsons and Katie Holmes. But first, now to some of the other top stories that we're following right now.
And we are following California. They will now require taxi and rideshare companies to have their drivers fingerprinted if they want to be able to transport unaccompanied minors. The state is also requiring the transit companies to foot the bill for the extra screening, leaving some saying that they'll have to increase prices to cover those extra costs.
Well, NFL great Randy Moss announcing he's taking some time off from announcing duties at ESPN to, quote, focus on a personal health challenge. The former wide receiver drew concern from viewers recently who noticed his eyes looking yellow. He was then seen wearing sunglasses during his latest appearances. Moss told fans he has great doctors around him. We are wishing him well.
We sure are. And Major League Soccer handing out this year's MVP award. Argentine World Cup champion Lionel Messi making his mark in the American League, taking home this year's top honor. It was a close vote, but even after missing 2 months because of a right ankle injury, Messi led the league with 36 goals for the season. His team, Inter Miami, was knocked out of the playoffs, but the champ said he's looking forward to next year.
And wait, you were so excited to get to see him
We
play,
got to see him when he came
Yeah.
to New York. My daughters went and had their Messi jerseys on and everything. It was
You're a
pretty
proud
cool.
papa. That's awesome.
Absolutely. All right, joining us now is Zoe Deutch, who is simultaneously starring in Our Town on Broadway and the new thriller Juror Number 2, directed by a guy by the name of Clint Eastwood. He did pretty well with his career over the years. Zoe, good morning. It's great to have you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we're going to get to all of your acting accomplishments in just a moment. But I heard that you actually had this dream of wanting to be on an actual jury for real, like someday, and it hasn't happened yet. You might be the only person with this dream
so
on
bad,
Earth.
and it's why they probably haven't selected me. They're like, why do you want to be on this jury?
They don't trust it.
It's our civic duty. I think it's an amazing opportunity. When I was a kid, I wanted to be either an actor or a lawyer. So maybe it's that I want to live out that fantasy.
Okay.
But I've never been selected, and I want to be so badly.
I've been dodging it for years. I just keep
so
moving.
funny.
Just move to different states.
I'll
It
take
works.
your slot.
Yeah.
You call me.
You
I'll
got
take it. I'm
You're
dying
the
to
only
be.
one besides my husband I've ever met who wants to be a juror. So that is very
I
impressive.
think it's just an amazing opportunity, and you might meet a lot of interesting people. Did you guys ever do mock trial in school?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but apparently my mock trial they used as an example for a couple years after for other students. So,
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of my claim to fame.
and the acting bug
There's
obviously
still
bit you
time.
early then.
I think I clearly I wanted to go the easier route. I didn't have to go to school for a million years, but you know.
So the movie co-stars Nicholas Hoult. Let's take a look at a clip that we have.
Are you close to a verdict?
Look, it's 10 to 2 if we're guilty.
So then Monday, can you just go in and sway the 2 holdouts and then be done with this?
Well, I'm one of them.
Why?
You know, I love when an actor is totally unrecognizable
Yes.
and you just transform into that role.
Completely different.
And I heard that Coachella played a big, significant role here.
Oh, well, I found out I got the part when I was at Coachella, and it was because I hadn't auditioned for it. I had auditioned for a movie Clint Eastwood did many years ago and never heard anything back from it, and apparently he remembered it. So I was at Coachella, and I got a call like, "Do you want to be?" I was like, "What? He remembered me?" So I was very confused.
You were blown away.
Yeah, I was.
Wait, but what was that Coachella party like that? That had to be so exciting.
That's the only part you remember. Is the protocol, right?
No comment. No comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
So you got a lot going on, obviously. You're also making your Broadway debut in Our Town, right? And starring alongside Katie Holmes, also very well known. And we actually have a surprise question for you. Let's take a look.
Hi, Zoe.
My question to you is, you said that you read the play when you were 14 and you had it on your nightstand. And I was wondering, did you buy it yourself? Was it a gift? And was there a specific line in the play that stuck with you that made you want to do this for so long?
Ooh, we got Katie Holmes to ask a surprise question.
I love her. She's so cute. It was my sister's copy of the play. Like a true younger sibling, everything in my life I just steal from my big sister. I think the line that really got me was, "It goes so fast. We don't have time to look at one another." That was the line that I was so shook by.
Yeah. Well, even when you said it, I think we all felt that. That's a good line.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful line. I feel very lucky I get to say it 8 times a week. 2 today.
So do you think that being in the play, how will it change how you celebrate the holidays?
Well, I'll be here. I'll be
that's
here,
one way.
which will be beautiful, and getting to live in the words of this play. I don't know if you guys have ever read it. If not, I highly recommend it. It is such an incredible piece of literature. But getting to live in it during the holidays I'm really looking forward to that, because it's all about gratitude and enjoying your life and appreciating the little moments. So yeah, and also the audiences have been really, really moved, especially I think by Thanksgiving and Christmas and but I won't be with my family. But
You've got a lot of big moments to appreciate as well. So much going on. Zoe, thank you so much for coming on our show. We appreciate it. Wishing you the very best with everything. And of course, Juror Number 2 premieres on Max Friday, December 20th. And Our Town is now playing on Broadway. Thanks again.
Now on GMA, and it's almost time for kickoff for the big college SEC championship football game. There you go. Yeah, that kick would have been awful. Between the number 2 Texas Longhorns, number 5 Georgia Bulldogs, and right now, we are joined by Hunter, Chris, and Matthew, the biggest Georgia Bulldog fans around. Guys, thank you so much for being on GMA with us this morning. Hunter, I want to start with you. You're in 6th grade. You converted your whole family to be Georgia fans, even your dad, who used to be a big Bama fan. What do you love about the Bulldogs so much, Hunter?
In my opinion, they're just the best team.
There you go.
That's it. Just nailed it. And Dad, what makes son Hunter the biggest fan?
He's just dedicated. He loves football. He lives, breathes, and sleeps football. Everywhere we go, every vehicle we have has a football in it. So it doesn't matter if it's 10 degrees outside or 100 degrees outside. He's playing football.
I love that. I love that. And Matthew, it's a huge game today. What do you think is going to happen?
I think Georgia's going to win.
Yeah?
Yeah, Georgia's going to win.
Well, I mean, Hunter, what about you? Because, how excited are you? Oh, I saw that those Longhorns go down. I mean, Georgia whooped up on them last time. How excited are you for tonight's game?
Very excited. We're going to win.
So aside from, I think the consensus is the Bulldogs are going to win. But, Dad, what are you actually going to do for the game today? What's the plan?
Just enjoy it with the kids, spend time with them.
All right, well, guess what? We've got a special message from someone who knows how big of fans you actually are. It's your favorite former Georgia Bulldog, 2-time national champ, Ladd McConkey. Watch this.
Got a little something for you. I know you're a huge Georgia fan, so instead of watching the game at home, I want you in Atlanta cheering them on. Go Dogs.
Did you follow that?
Did you get that? You're going to Atlanta.
You're going to the game today.
You're going to the game today. Going to the game. Yes.
Yeah, there we repeat.
I didn't even know about that.
You are going to the game.
Yes.
Pack your gear.
You were going to be there.
Hunter's like, he's getting ready. He's like, what am I doing on TV right now?
In just a few hours, you guys are heading to the game.
There
so
he is.
excited,
Yes.
Hunter.
I know it's delayed. It's television. It's confusing. It's early in the morning.
How exciting is this?
But you're going to the game.
We're all speechless.
We love it. Watching you guys just make sense of all of this. So exciting. You guys have to send us videos. We need to see how this turned out. Hunter is still trying to wrap his mind around it.
Yeah, we definitely will. We'll send y'all all the videos and pictures and everything.
Amazing. So this is all thanks to our friends at ESPN. You guys will be there in just a few hours. We cannot wait to see all the fun that you will have and wait to see who's going to win.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. I think we already lost Hunter. He's halfway there. You're going to have to chase him down the street.
He's running around the house excited.
Awesome, guys. Well, congratulations. Good luck to your Georgia Dogs. And we'll talk to you soon. Give us the updates. Thank you, guys.
All right, and coming up here, the inspiring story of an entrepreneurial teenager who turned his wish for an inclusive Christmas into a successful small business. We love this story. Come on back. And we are back now with our series, Big Ideas for Small Businesses, and the story of a 16-year-old making a difference with his company, Inclusive Christmas. So Morgan Norwood here, and she's got more on the teenager's success. What you need to know if your child has an entrepreneurial spirit. Good morning, Morgan. We love this story.
Oh, I absolutely love this story. And I love this family as well. And Casey and Dean and his family, they love Christmas. And by love, I'm talking inflatables, lights, the whole nine. And what started as a quest to create the perfect inflatable Santa representing his own Asian heritage blew up into a bustling business designing every shade of Santa.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh, my God!
In the classic Christmas comedy Elf, Will Ferrell takes Christmas cheer to the next level. And that's just what 16-year-old entrepreneur Casey Dean wanted to do with St. Nick himself.
We had a front yard for the first time, and my dad really went crazy with his holiday decorations. Really wanted to buy him an Asian Santa inflatable because that's half my family.
His search turning into a mission.
There just wasn't any Asian Santa figure that I could find anywhere, and I felt it was important to change that. And I talked to my mom, and we decided that we were going to do something about it.
And he's always been really interested in figuring out how things work, how things are made, how the world works, looking at issues and problems and trying to figure out solutions for them.
He has a real social justice and entrepreneurial mind, and he's, I think, combined it with this business.
Casey drew up designs for an Asian Santa.
This is the Asian Santa, which inspired all of it in March of 2023.
Which was followed by a Black Santa, a Pride Santa, Santa Claus, and the latest edition, Hanukkah Hank. With the help from his parents in September of last year, Casey founded Inclusive Christmas, selling these Santas online. And since then, sales quadrupled, and Inclusive Christmas was listed on Walmart Marketplace, whereas Pride Santa sold out.
It's hard sometimes to balance schoolwork and running the business, but running this business has really taught me the importance of time management. I feel like it's taught me a lot of skills that will be useful later in life when it comes to prioritizing certain things and making sure you get what needs to be done.
Casey's story offers lessons for parents of aspiring young entrepreneurs.
Number one, they really zeroed in on a hero product. They didn't have a lot of different product in their offerings, but they had one product which did really well, and that was the inflatable Christmas decorations. Number two, they had a plan of action. They understood supply chain on production of this product and how they can effectively get it onto their website and sell it effectively. And that leads me to number three, the marketing of the product. They did a great job leveraging social media and reviews of the product.
Casey plans to set aside profits for organizations that support inclusion in the workplace and schools. He says the best part of Inclusive Christmas is seeing the joy his Santas bring to others.
Definitely seeing like smiles on people's faces, seeing people walk in and see a Santa that looks like them. Such a motivator for me to keep going.
Big ideas turning into big business for Casey, and it came together in less than 11 months. But he really had a lot of support from his family. They invested a significant amount up front to design and manufacture those inflatables, and don't expect to make it all back until the year 2026.
So first of all, we are also blown away by Casey.
Brilliant.
This is amazing. 16 years old. How much time does he devote to this?
You know, it's really like a full-time job. You heard him talk about in the piece how he has to balance schoolwork. We're talking 30 hours per week. His family, his parents, they put in about 10 to 15 hours a week as well. So it really does come down to time and investment. But look, if your family can't do that, don't worry about it. It comes down to like old school basics. Go back to like the family lemonade stand or a bake sale. You really don't have to go all out in order to teach your kids responsibility, leadership, entrepreneurship.
And I love that the parents are also 10 to 12 hours. He's like, you need to work a little more.
Yeah. Samara promises a warm-up on the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, bye, guys.
See you tomorrow.